Morgan, and that was becoming a problem for Rhea Ripley, so she decided to betray her and fuck her up. She said she wanted to get rid of some dead weight, and that's how they went from friends to enemies in a matter of months, and things were never the same since then. Rhea Ripley then found a new group and kept beating Liv Morgan, and eventually defeating her was getting boring, so the two stayed away from each other. It wasn't until Royal Rumble in 2023 when the two would meet again. Liv and Rhea were the final two in the Rumble match, and that's when Ripley eliminated Morgan, winning the match, and that wasn't the only thing she won. She also captured the world title after this win. Rhea Ripley was living Liv's dream. Months later, they crossed paths again, and Rhea took out Liv's partner Raquel Rodriguez. Because of this, Morgan lost the women tag belts, and so the two hated each other again. Rhea Ripley then beat the shit out of Liv Morgan again, actually injuring her and putting her on the shelf for 7 months. That was the last time they would see each other in the year of 2023, and it's now 2024, and Liv Morgan wanted some revenge, and so she kickstarted her revenge tour and said this to Rhea Ripley.
Everything you love will be lost.
Liv Morgan kept her promise. After WrestleMania 40, she attacked Rhea Ripley, threw a chair at her face, and injured her shoulder. This led to Mami relinquishing her belt on the next week on Raw, while Liv Morgan had this to say on the same night.
This isn't the end of the Liv Morgan revenge tour. No, this is just the beginning.
And that is the full history between Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. As you can see, there's a lot of betrayal, a lot of hatred, and just animosity between these two ladies. However, things would get even messier now that Mami's boy toy has been thrown into the mix, and honestly, Dominik Mysterio is the most important piece of this story. And Liv quickly realized this in her first interaction with Dominik Mysterio on April 22nd. This is the face of someone who just discovered the answer they've been looking for years. On April 29th, we then saw both of them come out of the same room, and we aren't exactly sure what happened behind those closed doors. In the next week, on May 6th, Liv Morgan posted a photo on the internet with Dom's purple bandana in her pocket that went missing on that episode of Raw. Things got a little strange on May 20th when we saw Finn Balor and Liv Morgan both get out of the same car. We still don't know where that's going to lead to, but anyways, let's get back to Dom. He even flew thousands of miles to Saudi Arabia to ensure that Liv Morgan wouldn't win Mami's title, but he failed and actually ended up helping her win the championship and defeat Becky Lynch. I'm still on the fence about this being an accident or not, because he accidentally helped her retain the title a couple nights later in her steel cage match on Raw. Liv Morgan was so happy about this that she actually did this to Dominik Mysterio, shocking the entire world. And since then, Liv Morgan has been showing nothing but love to her new crush. This includes helping him avoid beatings, getting freaky on Raw, and obsessively stalking him on social media for hours. And while this may have started out as an elaborate plan to psychologically torture Rhea Ripley, I think that real love has developed, and I'm starting to believe Liv Morgan when she says this.
I'm not the bad guy here.
You see, she's actually now trying to save Dom from the true villain of this story, aka Rhea Ripley.
The Judgment Day are taking defeat lying down. Oh my God, torturing Dominic in the corner. He's absolutely destroyed.
If you look back at the beginning of Mami and Dom's relationship, you would see that this was the worst thing to happen to him. The woman was literally physically abusing him until he developed Stockholm Syndrome and got stuck in this trauma bond. Not only that, but she also manipulated him into hating his father. Rhea Ripley is the one who destroyed this happy and healthy relationship. She's the reason why he betrayed his dad, and in the end, she was happy about all of this. In order to have Dom all to herself, she needed to create the division between those two people. This is exactly what she wanted, and it worked. Dominik Mysterio fell right into her trap. She was the puppet master. However, things began to change when Rhea Ripley got injured and had to go away. Everything was different from the moment when Liv laid her eyes on him. Liv Morgan never once used hate or abuse. She's been the opposite, showing nothing but love to Dominik Mysterio. This includes making an effort to meet him backstage, protecting him from the danger, showing his bandana off to the world, and kissing him for everyone to see. It looks like she's healing him from this trauma bond with the power of love. She's breaking the spell that Rhea Ripley casted. So yeah, this seems like a love story with Liv Morgan being the hero that Dom needed. With all that being said, does Rhea Ripley deserve a second chance? I think that's a very difficult question to answer because in life, nobody, and I mean nobody, is perfect, and we all fuck up. Sometimes we actually hurt the people we love the most, but that's part of the human experience, and with that comes forgiveness. There's plenty of famous quotes about forgiveness, one of them being Mother Teresa, who said we can't truly love without learning how to forgive. You could also look into religion, fiction, or ask the next person you see. The list will go on, but the bottom line is that love is confusing. That actually might be an understatement. Let me say this instead. Love is the most complicated thing in the world that we haven't figured out yet. While Rhea Ripley made many mistakes in the beginning of this relationship, she was on the road to redemption, and it seems like she is a changed woman who truly loves Dominik Mysterio.
All right.
You got it, mommy.
Look after this one.
I love you, mommy.
And it appears that the feeling is mutual after seeing Dom defend her in this interview.
Que está rica, o sea, que se ve bien.
¿Que está qué?
Que está rica, que se ve bien, o sea, con respeto, como se dice en Puerto Rico.
Con respeto.
¿Qué pasó?
De mi mami no se habla. Especialmente faltándole el respeto, diciéndole que está rica, que está buena esto y que el otro. Aquí ya terminamos.
And that is the complete story on the Liv, Dom, and Rhea love triangle so far. It's as messy and as complicated as you would have expected, and I don't know where it's going to lead to, but what I do know is that it's a tale full of lies, cheating, love, hate, betrayal, and heartbreak. And honestly, there are more questions than answers, like who is Dom going to choose? Is he going to forgive his mommy for everything that she's done in the past? Can we even trust Liv Morgan? What did she talk about with Finn Balor in the car? And are we going to get another ladder match with the custody of Dom on the line? I don't have the answers to these questions, but I believe we'll get them as the story continues to unfold. For now, I'm Team Liv, and I think Dom might be too.